I know you guys want to make more home-cooked meals, but the problem is everybody's busy and time's not always on our side. Believe me, I get it. So that's why I want to share with you the #1 way to save time in the kitchen, and that is to have one good knife and know how to use it. I'm Dani Spies, and for this how-to, we're talking knife skills. There's a lot of different types of knives out there, but the one knife that I reach for 99% of the time is my 7-inch Santoku. Now you'll recognize the Santoku because it's the blade with the little scalloped edges. This is the perfect knife for a home cook because it's really manageable and it's gonna handle just about anything you throw its way. Now it is a little bit of an investment. A good knife's gonna run you anywhere from 80 to 100 bucks, but I'm telling you, you take good care of it, you'll have it a lifetime. Now there's two major things that you wanna look for in a good knife. The first is a full tang blade, and all that means is that the knife has one forged piece of steel from top to bottom. The second thing we're looking for is balance. You want both sides of your knife to be equally balanced. What this means is that the knife is gonna do all the work for you. All you have to do is guide it along. So now that we've got our knife picked out, let's go over how to use it. First thing you need to know is how to hold your knife. So what you want to do is wrap your thumb and your index finger right around the base of the knife. Not only is this the most comfortable way to hold the knife, but this is what's going to give you the most control. As for cuts, all any home cook needs to know is the slice and the chop. Now the slice uses the middle portion of the knife, so what you're going to do is take a nice loose grip on your knife, just like you're shaking somebody's hand, then place the tip of the knife on the board and gently push it away. Hear that sound? You're gonna hear a swoosh on your cutting board. Then as you push it away, the heel of the knife falls down, doing all the dirty work for you. Now that free hand is not off the hook. It's got two very important jobs. The first job is to guide your knife along, which is also gonna determine the size of your cuts. So what you wanna do is bend those fingers and create a claw, and you're gonna see you have 3 segments. That middle segment creates a nice vertical ridge that's going to guide your knife along. Then place your hand on the board and make sure to keep the pinky and the thumb tucked behind the rest of your fingers. This right here is nice and safe. This, not so safe. So let's practice on some celery. I'm going to make a claw with my hand. This gives me that vertical ridge. Place it on top of my celery. Make sure that the pinky and the thumb are tucked behind the rest of the fingers. Then you're going to grab your knife in a nice loose handshake position. Tip of the knife goes on the board and the middle of the blade is over your celery. Then just gently push the knife away and allow the heel to fall down, doing all the work. Here we go. My thumb back here is helping to push the ingredient through. Now, I find that it's the guiding hand that can be a little tricky because if you're not used to it, the positioning can feel a little bit awkward. But please don't let this discourage you. If you just practice this every time you're in the kitchen for the next 2 weeks, you'll have it down in no time flat. Now, for the chop uses the entire blade, and it's really great for when you need to chop things up nice and small. So you're gonna take the same grip on your knife as we did before. You're gonna place the tip of the knife on the board. Then you're gonna use your free hand and you're gonna put the 4 fingers on top of the knife. This is now gonna be our guide. And just like before, you're gonna gently push the knife away, letting the heel fall down. The only difference now is that we leave the tip of the knife on the board the entire time, and you're gonna work back and forth in a semicircular motion until you've got your ingredients where you want them. Let's practice on our celery. So I've got my sliced celery and I want it chopped up. Gonna take the tip of my knife on the board, guiding fingers come over the top, and I'm just gonna start pushing that knife away, working on that pivot in a semicircular motion. As your ingredients start to get away from you, all you have to do is flip over the knife, that protects the blade, pull them back together, and get back to work. And that, my friends, is all you need to know. So once you have your knife, go out and buy yourself a nice big bag of celery and then go home and practice, practice, practice. And once you've got this under your belt, look out because you're gonna be a time-saving, clean and delicious home cooking pro. For more simple and nutritious recipes, tips, and ideas, make sure to check out cleananddelicious.com. I'm Dani Spies, and I'll see you next time with another how-to. You want both sides of your knife to be equally You want both sides of the knife to be equal. Oh my God, what's that word? Equally.